With me, esteemed panel here. Thanks, Jen. Again, great background and context for this discussion. So, to my immediate right, you'll see Mike Smith, our gracious host here at Hearst, as well as one of the top and seasoned programmatic veterans among all publishers around the world. Scott Cunningham, who leads, to my far left, who leads the IAB Tech Lab here in the U.S. As SVP of Technology and Ad Ops. And then to my immediate left, Jonathan, who fellow Omnicom man, a proud Omnicom alum from about 20 years ago. So let's get into it here. Normally, of course, the buy side would have the first opportunity to speak because that's where the money starts. We're going to save you for last. You'll dive in next. We should go to our host though first. So Mike, tell us about give a little more context and some of the things that Jen touched on in taking a look at a broad landscape and how you guys see it at Hearst. I guess first, can you speak to a little bit of the strategy of how a publication or a suite of publications like Hearst, with all the screens and all the touch points that you have across all your brands, looks at the intersection of mobile and native, first from a consumer standpoint and engagement, and then when it comes to programmatic, how do you evaluate the dozens of platforms that are in your face every hour, looking to get your business and your audience's business?
Sure, thank you. Well, it's a big topic and an important question. I'll start with audience development.
Yeah.
So we've had the good fortune, we have an amazing leader of audience development, a gentleman named Brian Madden. He's grown traffic, led the growth of traffic in the Hearst Magazine Digital Media Group over the past 2 years or more. I've been here for 2 years, so I've witnessed it for that time. And a lot of the growth, as you'd imagine, as you'd guess, is mobile. Now, how does the sales team monetize the growth of mobile? Because even just a few years ago, there were industry characterizations about banners making X and mobile making a fraction of X.
Yeah.
That's not the case with Hearst. Hearst has cracked the code both on growing traffic exponentially. I mean, not like this, but like this. And the monetization of the traffic is at very high rates, consistent across all platforms. So that's a fundamental formula that then empowers everything else. So on the native topic,
yeah.
I'm researching native in every aspect at the moment because I'm planning to author a book on it. And branded content, which is a major way we monetize our site, fits in native advertising, but also Outbrain and Taboola-like companies fit in as well, and many other formats. And I think that there again, Hearst has cracked the code on creating wonderful branded content for our advertisers, and this business is also scaling like this. And in addition, we utilize the other more traditional native ad types, although we're not really beholden to an ad tech company per se, an Outbrain, a Taboola, whomever.
Yeah, so you're agnostic. You'll work with multiple platforms.
Absolutely.
Per channel, if you will.
Yeah, or do it ourselves.
Or do it yourself. So what's the decision point on that? So for the native platforms that are, by our count, when we do native platform reviews on behalf of publishers, there are just 11 today in the U.S. That we've identified, probably with another 10 coming, that are in different businesses and suddenly realizing, hey, native programmatic, that's a thing.
Right.
We should probably pivot our business and go into that very crowded space.
Right.
So how do you differentiate picking either an outsourced solution or in-house? Is it client dependent in terms of what their needs are, whether you can go and build on your own and use your own stack, if you will, or if it's demand automatically coming from a platform? Is that one of the variables?
Both are variables. So we love the fact that there are 11 and that there will be 10 or 20 more soon. The so-called crowded Kawaja chart, the Lumascape, doesn't scare us a bit. We love it. And I suspect that if any industry mapped itself in the way that the Lumascape has mapped digital advertising, we find it's just as complicated to make a hamburger. So we love the fact that there are all of these entrepreneurs developing new ways of evolving our digital advertising industry, which is also growing like this. And so we want to work with all of them, but we principally, to your last point, look at folks who can bring us self-service buyers, the types of advertisers that would fit in well on our site and in our auctions.
So we have some of those types of advertisers right here to my left. So Jonathan, give the folks a little context of the global scope and client base that is part of Omnicom, and then tell us of some of the challenges you see, please, around the types of creative that are available, because you've got the classic dichotomy of a commoditized standard unit or series of units in a template that make programmatic scale nicely, but at the same time, isn't that some of the point around a mobile native experience to be able to customize something very uniquely? And what are the challenges in seeing that landscape and actually having a limited creative palette?
I thought I was going last.
No. You're going to get last word again. Okay. No, we're not just going to be done, one and done.
So Omnicom Media Group, we represent clients like Apple, HP, Intel, McDonald's, Pepsi.
Small startups.
Small startup companies. And you start to look at the mobile space, and for lack of a better term, most of the mobile ad inventory that's out there is shit.
So let's dive a little deeper in that characterization here.
Yeah.
So and again, it sounds like Hearst has created a pretty nice custom, and this isn't to group them, obviously, because I'm pretty sure they're a cut above, but give us a sense below the line, like what are you seeing? Why is it a mess?
I think we were trying to take a desktop model and jam it into a small screen. And so I think mobile native has a massive opportunity, especially when you start to look at it in the programmatic space. And it's not just the programmatic decisioning of where those impressions go and the formats that they take, but we have to start thinking differently about how creative starts to manifest itself within the mobile space.